Hello everyone, Conscientious Reefer here, and in today's video I would just like to discuss coral placement in our reef tanks and some little things you may want to think about before you glue down that coral and before it bases out everywhere. So yeah, let's hop right into it. Alright guys, here's my tank. As you guys know, seen it multiple times. If you watched the previous videos, I highly recommend that. So I want to talk about coral placement. So this is not a really big deal, but I kind of like to highlight it, and I like to think about when I'm placing coral is I want color contrast, if that makes sense. You want to have colors that bounce nicely off each other. Like up here, you have that the green slime ball, and then you have the peachy rainbow, and then the stylophora. They're all different colors, which makes nice color contrast up here. Similar with the goldenrod and the Oregon tort and the I think that's an Oregon tort and the Duncan. You know, all different colors, color contrast nicely off each other. And same thing with this Euphyllia garden. I don't really have a lot of stuff that's the same color, so it gives a nice color contrast. One thing where I did make a little mistake was right here I have the orange, which is nice, but I have the strawberry shortcake, which is a green coral, bird's nest, which is green, and a green slimer, which is also a green coral. So having all these green corals, not to say it doesn't look good, but it kind of detracts. Like it would have been nice to have a different colored coral in the back or something, but they're kind of all fixed down, and it's kind of, I don't want to move them because they're all nice and settled in. But I will be putting like maybe like a pink or a red coral where the little hawkfish is. I think that would look nice, contrasting with all the green. But yeah, you do want to think about color contrasting. I've seen people take down their tanks because like they have all the same, or they'll remove parts of the rock structure because all the corals look the same in that area, like all the same color green or something. So you want to try to have contrasting colors. I think that really looks good. But an even more important thing is that specific coral, like how fast it grows, does it multiply, you know. So here's the best example in my tank. This green mushroom has made all these little babies, and see the nice acorn right there? It is half dead because that mushroom was just stinging it, and I didn't realize when I placed it right there that that mushroom could, it eventually moved up. I had the mushroom right there, and it moved up all the way up there, and it started stinging that coral, and it's not something I really accounted for. So, and the acorn was already encrusted down, so it was very difficult to remove off the rock. But yeah, you gotta account for coral warfare and just corals overtaking other corals. You can kind of alleviate that with just not buying as many corals, which it's pretty hard to do. You know, you got a whole bunch of little fraggers. You want to fill up your tank. You know, I'm guilty of that. But here's another example of this orange Monty. I had to remove a bunch of the colony, but it it grows so fast. But so as you can see, it's in a standstill right here, and doing some coral warfare with the strawberry shortcake, and the strawberry shortcake appears to be winning, which I'm happy about. But you know, if I could do this again, I probably would have this Montipora on its own rock, just with other Monties, just so it can't spread. Because as you can see over here, um, this side of the rock was facing the Monty, so it actually jumped rocks. And now that I have Monty on this rock, and there was originally a lot more, but the anemone has killed and beaten back a lot of it. But now I have it on two rocks, you know. So that is something you got to be aware of. Corals jumping and stuff. Like I know a lot of people with green star polyps and stuff, and pulsing xenia try to isolate them. I have some GSP on the back wall, so it can't really jump anywhere besides where I placed it. But there's an example of a poorly placed coral in my dad's tank. I'll hop over to that and show you right now. Alright guys, sorry if the footage is a little blue. I have an orange filter on. It's not really doing too much, but here is the coral I was talking about. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it's a lepto. If you guys know what type of coral this is, let me know in the comments, because I'm very curious. I don't remember what he got it as. But as you can see, it's kind of taken over this rock. You can see by the strawberry shortcake frag, it's killing it, beating it in coral warfare, and then I'm pretty sure this is a blueberry acropora. It's grown onto the frag plug, and yeah, it's just taken over, and you can't really get rid of it. You'd have to break the rock in half and then just trade it in or whatever, do something with it. But see, that's what happens. It's a poorly placed coral that just takes over that one spot. Encrusting corals are so difficult to remove. There's a YouTuber, you guys probably know him as Reef. He actually took his whole scape out of his tank and had a hammer and chisel and trying to break off chunks of Montipora because that's how bad it got. So yeah, you have to give some thought to where you place these corals, especially these encrusting corals, because they can take over. That's why my dad put all this Montipora and clove polyps and zoanthids on this one rock, on this side of the tank, kind of away from all of the slow-growing SPS, so it could just take over and yeah, just kind of do its own thing on this rock, and the rest of the tank is not going to be flooded and overcrowded for all this. This is all great placement right here. Well thought out placement. It's kind of dumping all the fast growing stuff in that area, leaving room for your other stuff to grow and not be smothered. So yeah. Alright guys, that'll be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, please make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know you guys like the content I'm making. I really appreciate it. In a couple of weeks, Reef Blues in California will be happening, and you'll see a video about that, of me going there and what I buy. So stay tuned for that, and yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.